I take my determination on principle, sir, and you takes yours on the same ground, which puts me in mind of a man has killed himself on principle, which of course you've heard of, sir. Oh, there is no of course in the case, Sam. The fame of the gentleman in question never reached my ears. No, sir. Oh, he was a clerk in a government office, sir. Was he? Oh, yes, he was, sir. But a very pleasant gentleman, too. One of the precise and tidy sort. Puts their feet in little India rubber fire buckets when it's wet weather. Never has no bosom friend but hairskins. He saved his money on principle. Wore a clean shirt every day on principle. Never spoke to any of his relations on principle. Feared they should want to borrow money off him. And was altogether, in fact, an uncommon agreeable character. He had his hair cut on principle once a fortnight, and contracted of his clothes on the economic principle 3 suits a year, and send back the old uns. Now, being a very regular gentleman, he dined every day at the same place. But it was 1 and 9pence that I cut off the joint, and a very good one at 9pence worth he used to cut. As the landlord often said, the tears are trickling down his face. Let alone the way he used to pout the fire in the winter time, which was a dead loss at 4pence halfpenny a day, to say nothing of all the aggravation of seeing him do it. Oh, so uncommon grand with it too. Post order the next gentleman, he sings out every day when he comes in. See out of the Times, Thomas. Let me look at the Morning Herald. When it's out of hand, don't forget to bespeak the Chronicle. And just bring the Tiser, will you? Then he sat with his eyes fixed on the clock, and rush out just a quarter minute afore the time to valet the boy as was coming in with the evening paper, which he'd read with such intense interest and perseverance as vert the other customers up to the very confines of desperation and insanity. Especially one old irascible old gentleman, as of 8 of us always obliged to keep a sharp eye on at such times, fear he should be tempted to commit some rash act with his carving knife. Well, sir, here he stopped occupying in the best place for 3 hours, never taking nothing out of his dinner but sleep. And then he'd go away to a coffee house a few streets off, have a small pot of coffee, 4 crumpets, out of which he'd walk home to Kensington and go to bed. Then one night he was taken very ill, sends for a doctor. The doctor comes in a green fly, with a King of Robinson Crusoe set of steps, as he could let down when he got out, and pull up after him when he got in, to prevent the necessity of the coachman getting down and hereby undeceiving the public by letting them see that it was only a livery coat he got on and not the trousers to match. What's the matter? Says the doctor. Oh, very ill, says the patient. What have you been eating of? Says the doctor. Roast veal. What's the last thing you devoured? Crumpets. That's it. I'll send you a box of pills directly, and don't you never take no more of them, he says. No more of what? Pills? No, crumpets, says the doctor. Why? I eat 4 crumpets every night for 15 years on principle. Well then, you'd better leave him off on principle. Oh, but crumpets are wholesome, sir. Crumpets is not wholesome, sir. But they're so cheap. And so very filling at the price. They'd be dear to you at any price, dear if he was paid to eat 'em, says the doctor. 4 crumpets a night will do your business in 6 months. Patient looks him full in the face and turns it over in his mind for a long time. And at last says, "Are you sure of that, sir? I'll stake my professional reputation on it. How many crumpets at a sitting do you think would kill me off at once?" "I don't know." "Do you think £0.50 would do it?" "Well, I think it might." 3 shillings worth would be sure to do it, I suppose." "Oh, certainly." "Very good," says the patient. "Good night." Next morning, he gets up at first light, orders in 3 shillings worth of crumpets, toasts them all, and blows his brains out. "What did he do that for?" inquired Mr. Pickwick abruptly, for he was considerably startled by this tragical termination of the narrative. "What did he do it for, sir? Why, in support of his great principle that crumpets was wholesome, and to show that he would be put out of his way for nobody."